Well, good morning, and it is morning because I've got a 12:30 kickoff. I do like that. We'll get home in good time then. But I'm at Lincoln City, not Burton, as I said last week. I couldn't remember, could I? Lincoln City versus Luton Town. So it's another 7th position plays 9th position again. Yeah, Lincoln are in 7th, Luton 9th, and it's all right at the minute. It's a bit dull and overcast, nice and flat, but I reckon it's gonna absolutely pee it down later, according to the forecast. I've got all my waterproofs and everything, so we're all set. Got my hat, but if it is going to be as torrential as it says, I won't be getting the laptop out unless there's a red card or something, and I'll just tuck myself under my coat or get the tent out. But yeah, watch this space on the weather. But yeah, we're all rigged up and ready. Just making my way to the ground now. It's nice to be at Lincoln. It's only 50 minutes from home, so ideal. But anyway, I'll make my way to the ground and I'll show you where I'm going to sit. Catch up in a mo. I always like coming to Lincoln. It's not a bad view, is it? Lincoln Cathedral, overlooking the whole of the town. Right, let's go and get my pass. Right, got my bib and my pass from Chris and Andrew. Really helpful, those guys. I do like coming to Lincoln City. Just been letting me know what time all the different adverts are going to be on the digital boards, because we do have to cover that as well. So yeah, thanks for that, Chris. Spot on. But I said I'd say thank you to him. But yeah, here we are. Look, so I'm going to sit probably just next to that orange cone, and then quick look at the ground. Absolutely mint. And yeah, it's funny, when I was down on the south coast, I always used to sort of dream of, oh, I wish I could go and do Lincoln City, my local team, and now here we are, at least once a month, so it's great. Right, get the kit out. That's where I'm going to sit, just there, just opposite the 18-yard line, and let's crack on. I'll catch up at full time, probably very wet. Keep your fingers crossed. Right, hi guys. Well, as you can see, I'm back at home in front of the fireplace. I had something to do in the end straight after the game, so I packed all my gear up, got everything sent off, and then hot-footed it home and got a few jobs done. But yeah, so this week's set is back from the fireplace, but I'm sure you won't mind because I'm still going through the set in depth. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into the set and show you what I grabbed. Right, first off then, GVs. Always start my set with GVs, as you well know now. Same set every week, different image. But yeah, and it's quite nice at Lincoln City. I've said in the past they've got Lincoln City on the seating, so you can compose that nicely. So 2 or 3 here, 1 from the goal mouth. Oh, incidentally, let me know which you like best: low angle through the goal mouth or high angle. It's nice to get a bit more grass in, and you can still see Lincoln City. Not quite as clear, I suppose, but yeah, I quite like that high angle where you can see a bit more of the grass. But let me know what you think. Anyway, yeah, let's crack on. So yeah, one of the corner flag again, and like I've said in the past, and I think John Mallet actually put one of his celebration shots up. Great shot it was, John, and well done for getting on the front. I think it was the front cover somewhere, but and he left a lot of space. It was the cricket team celebrating, and he left a lot of sky in there. And as I keep saying, like I'm going to explain about this space here, the publication ended up putting a load of text, a load of print above the image, and because John left it nice and wide with a lot of space, they filled that space with text. Just like I always think here, you know, start of the game, the team might use this image and put the team sheet up there or something, you know. So I always try and leave a little bit just for people to put a bit of text in, and it does work as it did with John's. But anyway. Yeah, went up in the stand just to get a bit more views. Then I went back down, corner flag angle. Quite like this one. I like that with the nice lush grass and the freshly painted lines, and yeah, that makes a nice shot. And again, still using Lincoln City on the seating. Then Luton turned up. So just some general views of the lads just looking on the pitch and looking around the ground and working it out. I don't think Luton have been to Lincoln for quite a while. So, and then obviously back up in the stands just to get some of the green backdrop if I can. I always like to get that. And just 1 or 2 of the lads loitering about. I like these, nice clean backdrop. all grass, and then just 2 or 3 different groups of lads. It's funny how they come as a team, but they hang around on the pitch just individual in their little groups, and that always makes a nice shot. Nipped outside quick, didn't fill my boots this week with, it was just starting to drizzle, so I wanted to get back in and get my kit sorted and that, and make sure it was not going to get too wet. So just got Lincoln Cathedral here in the backdrop with these fans walking their way. Obviously you can see the ground here, but just walking their way around. This is Sinsel Drain here. So just walking their way down there, making their way to the ground. Then this guy, he was not dressed for the weather, for the occasion. But, well, he was dressed for the occasion, the football match, but shorts, I bet he was frozen. No jumper or anything, but brave lad. So I just thought that'd make a nice shot. Just on the outskirts of of the ground of Cinny Bank, just along the houses. So you always want to have a quick look down there. You never know what you're going to get. Back in the ground and warm up now. And it was still drizzling a bit, so I went and took a bit of cover just in the stand, and just made a nice high angle. This stood up and just got that on the 70 to 200, and then some nice low angles. And I filled my boots a bit with warm up. I don't usually get too much warm up, but because it's a job then to send it off before handshake. But managed to get a fair bit this time, which was quite nice. So just filling my boots and sort of, as you can see, I'm just framing this player with these 2 bodies here. Works quite well, and again there. Focused on this man, and although these are soft, sort of frames him nicely. And same again there, frame this player with 2 other players. And oh yeah, I ended up getting 2 of this one of the ball this week, so I got that one, knelt down quite low, and then I just stood up a little bit more, and what am I at? I'm at 2.8, so I knew everything was going to be soft and the ball was going to be emphasised, but just softened off the goal in the background and with the stand, and it just sort of makes a nice shot. And again, they could put some text there if they wanted to. But anyway, then players are out, all shaking hands with players and officials, and then Lincoln manager chewing the top off his bottle. That's all he was doing, but it could be used for something like, you know, an angry shot or a dejected shot, you know. So just thought I'd send that one in, and 1 or 2 more. Filled my boots a bit with the managers, Luton manager there, and you can see it's just drizzling. Look. Nice side profile. As long as you can see one eye, is what I was always told, then you're okay to send it. So yeah, and then that could be used for a bit of dejection or whatever, you just don't know. And then he looked straight down the barrel and gave me a smile, so I got that one as well, sent that off. Just a standard sort of profile of the ref with his whistle. And then what we on, it was a 12:30 kickoff, as you know. 12:33, Lincoln hit the bar. And I thought, crikey, if that goes in, that'd be a good goal. But I think the keeper might have got a bit of a tip to it. But anyway, a bit of argy-bargy during a corner. I like to try and document all the pushing and shoving, because I think the referees are hotting up on that this season now, and there's going to be a few more yellow cards banded about. But and then missed the goal, and it was right down my pipe hole. Should have got it. One of them things. I was just sending off some stuff, and yeah, missed the goal unfortunately. But obviously you always get the celebration, but it wasn't the best one. But obviously it was House that scored, and he's having his bootlaces done here, look. But then very quickly there was a yellow card, and it was actually James Collins got a yellow card. And referee was funny with his cards. He's sort of giving them the card, but then walking past them. It was a bit weird. You had to catch it as he was walking to him. Don't know why, but there was quite a few yellow cards. And there was a bit of an injury break, and you got the Lincoln manager here. I just waited so that we could see his face, and then I could obviously send off managers giving instruction to players during an injury break. But quite often he was hid behind here, but I just waited for him to lean forward a bit, and his face was shown, and then I just snapped that. And then 1 or 2 of them on the touchline. I think this is Tom Shaw, the assistant head coach at Lincoln. Just a few more. I like to fill my boots with the different guises that the managers always give us. Don't know if he's trying to tell him about a 4-4-2 or something there, but that could come in handy at some point. You never know if he changes his structure one week and end up losing or something. But one of the 4th official, they're quite often in the news, so just thought I'd get one of the 4th official looking my way. And then bit of reaction from the Luton manager, and a bit of action there. I see the sweat coming off. Look, let's just zoom in a bit on that and have a look. See how sharp it is. Pretty sharp. Oh no, we don't want to be drawing anything. I'm just going to bring that down a bit. Yeah, it's sharp enough, isn't it? Sharp enough. A little bit soft, but it's all right at that. It's print worthy anyway, because that's quite a big crop. But just a bit more action. And then see again about the referee. It was actually number 9 that fouled the keeper, and the referee was just loitering about with his yellow card. And he was just getting, I don't know whether he was time wasting a bit or trying to make the challenge that he created look a bad one on him. But in the end, he got up and and the yellow card was shown to him as he walked away. But nice bit of stretching action there. This is Lincoln's captain, just winning the ball off one of the Luton attackers. Another yellow card here, and he's just fouled 34 here, Draper, and I think he was trying to plead his ignorance, plead his innocence, but ref was having none of it, and in the end he walked off and got a yellow. There was quite a few yellows about. One of the manager making notes, Luton manager, always like to get that if I can, because that could be used again for several different stories. And one of the ref there just shouting out some instruction or giving instruction out. I think this is the second half now. I stayed the same end. What was it? It was 1-1 at half time. And was it 1-1? No, it was 1-0 at half time. That's right. It was 1-0. But Luton looked to be making a comeback. So I stayed the same end. But I moved to the corner flag, or just inside the corner flag, and just got some nice stuff from the touchline of the Luton manager as he was giving out a few instructions there. Look. And how, what's his name? I can't remember his name. That's it, Sonny Bradley. How he missed that, look. He put it over the bar from close range, look. It would have been a great shot if he'd scored. If that had been bulged the net, it would have been nice. But it went over the bar. Couldn't believe that. Oh, yeah, this is Luton's equaliser. He quickly turned away. Did get that, but he turned away celebrating. And got some nice sellies. The old obligatory free kick line being sprayed. I like that. Always like to try and get that. It's good. Bit more action here. Oh, and then this lad was just seen to for 2 or 3 minutes, and you know how big head injuries are in the league at the minute, in football in general. So always good to get something like that, because that could go with any sort of story if a player receives a head injury. And then here's the second goal, and I was blocked for his goal, totally blocked by about three Luton players, but got some nice sellies here. Look, nice sellies. So that was 2-1, 2-1 Lincoln. Just followed him away. Keeper's on his knees here, look, hands on hips here, bit of dejection, and a bit more celebration there. So that's 2-1 Lincoln, yep. And then this is the third goal, blooming blocked again. Look, I'm having so many goals blocked at the minute, but you can see what's happening, see him having a kick there, look. So I did send that off, obviously. And ball going into the net for 3-1. Quite a nice selly. And then I just see this lad come into view as I was on the 400. So I just knocked my focus point just onto him a bit and just got a bit of dejection. So dejection as Lincoln scored their third sort of thing. Then House was substituted, so I followed him off because I knew he was going to have a bit of a handshake or even an embrace with Shabala, the Lincoln City manager, and he did, so that was quite nice. And then, yep, full time, 3-1 full time. And just lots of Lincoln City players celebrating, really, because it was close at one point. That's why I stayed for Luton attack. I thought they were going to come back into the game, but anyway, Lincoln ended up winning away with it. And nice embrace there for one or two of the players for the Lincoln manager. And then nice smiley one of the goal scorer. I always reckon to try and follow the goal scorers at full time, because 9 times out of 10 it's them that gives you all the smiles and all the handshakes with all their teammates if they've scored. So yeah, found him. And then a nice high five with Shabala and Shaw there to finish off. And he went and celebrated in front of the crowd, but I just had backs. So I think, but he did turn around and give me a nice smile at that point, so that was good. One of Sonny Bradley. I love these tattoos. Look at that. I'll have to try and get a close-up of his tattoos at some point. But yeah, look at that. Big tiger there and an English rose by the looks of it. So that was a nice shot, nice clean backdrop. And then, yeah, Shabala to finish off. And yeah, job's a good one. So yeah, not a bad game in the end. Where am I tomorrow? I am Burton Albion. That's right, I got it mixed up last week, didn't I? So I'm going down to Burton Albion. Never been there before, so that'll be another ground to go and have a look round for the first time and have an investigate and see where the fans come into. But yeah, looking forward to that. I think the weather's going to be okay. I think we might get a bit of rain Sunday. But yeah, Burton Albion for me tomorrow. So looking forward to that. But yeah, let me know if you like the fireplace or if you like it better in the ground. But either or, I do like to talk about the game as soon as I can afterwards, because I remember it more. But and obviously it helps when you go through the set. But yeah, it's quite nice when you got the mowers in the backdrop just or in the sound bite in the background as the lads are looking after the pitch after the full-time whistle. But yeah, anyway, I think from what because I know for a start I was just talking about the game and thinking about a few images on the way back, but I think it's quite clear that you guys like me to go through the set and you can see the settings, and yeah, that's what I'll carry on doing if I can, whether or not it's here in front of the fireplace or at the ground. It'll be one or the other. But anyway, look forward to your comments. Do let me know where you're shooting this weekend. If you're having a shoot, good luck. Hopefully the weather's good for you. And yeah, we'll catch up next week from Burton Albion. Have a good weekend, guys. Jobs are good.